Hey guys, welcome back. It's currently Saturday. I just finished off my previous vlog, so I thought I'd just start the next one while I have everything out. I've really been trying my best to pick up the camera as much as I can, especially after taking such a long break. I think a lot of it has to do with momentum and just keeping it going, because as soon as I take a break then I'm more hesitant to pick up the camera again. Another thing I forgot about is how long it takes to find the right music to fit with your footage, because it literally changes everything. Like if you have the wrong music with your footage then it just like ruins it. So yeah, but anyway, it's been really fun being back. I truly forgot how much I missed it. I realized that I also forgot to show you guys our new machine, which I'm still trying to get used to using. Like I've actually never used real gym equipment really. Like I've always been more of a yoga and Pilates girl. Even though I did do some weighted Pilates, it was nothing in comparison to what you can do with this, especially with progressive overload and everything. It's actually quite a funny, just ignore that, that was a challenge I was doing that I failed at. It's actually quite a funny story though, because we'd been looking at getting one of these types of like power racks for the longest time, and then Matt found one on Facebook Marketplace and messaged the guy, and it was like a really good price, and we were like pretty set on taking it, but something just told me to go online and like have a look. And when I did, there was literally, this machine was on sale for the same price that we were going to actually pay the guy on Facebook Marketplace, and that machine had far less than this one had, so it was almost like a no-brainer. And also we would have to drive to Joburg to go and fetch the machine, but this one was free delivery. So yeah, it was like a massive discount and we got it for a huge steal. It did take quite a while to get here though, and we were a bit worried about having to set it up ourselves, but it wasn't that bad. Like there were a couple of instructions that weren't too clear, but we figured it out. So I'm pretty happy that we have this now, because like actual strength training is something I've been wanting to do for the longest time, and now we can finally do it. I trained with the Ladder app, and they had like a new team launching like literally as we got the machine, Team Era I think it is. I've really been enjoying her program so far, and like I was a bit confused because with other teams that I've been part of, usually the program would change every week, but this one sort of stays the same every week, and that's obviously because of the progressive overload. Like it's hard to tell if you're progressing if you keep on changing up the workouts. But yeah, I love the Ladder app. I think it's definitely one of the best fitness apps out there, and like the calorie tracking and everything, I'm not doing that at the moment, but I did do it for a while, and their app made it so easy. So it's like almost like an all-rounder app, which is really nice. But yeah, it's the Ligam Fight Gear brand. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but there weren't many reviews online, so we were a little bit nervous. Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with it, so I'm glad that we took the chance and just bit the bullet and did it, because it's amazing. I'm just filming on my phone because my camera's out of storage, so hopefully the quality isn't too bad. But when Matt got home, he said let's go and braai at the river. Well, it's not really a river, it's more of a rock that overlooks the river.
Told you I would come, didn't I? Sure as the morning light. I told you I would run, didn't I? Even after all this time, been waiting on you to call, but you're something found. I tell you I've seen it.
Sunday, we just got back from town. We're going to be making homemade pizzas today, so we just had to get a couple of things for that. But I saw this strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper, which I've been wanting to try for the longest time. It really tastes exactly like a milkshake. It's insane. following one of my school friends' mom's pizza recipe. She literally gave me this recipe in high school and I've still got it. It's still one of my favorite pizza recipes. Hi guys, ignore my hair. I know I'm looking like a little bit of a greasy egg at the moment, but I've just put a treatment in. I'm getting my hair done on Thursday, so just want to minimize the damage because I think I'm going to be getting some highlights. I didn't actually film much yesterday. Well, I didn't film at all because most of my day was just like meeting after meeting. So it was just like a very boring work day. Didn't have much to film or say. Got about an hour left of work, so I thought I'd just make myself a cup of tea and take a break. We're in a really stressful time at work at the moment and there's just a lot to get done. I'm feeling a little bit fried. I think I'm going to make like a sticky chicken, rice and green beans tonight. I don't really have a recipe for the sticky sauce though. I kind of just wing it every time and sometimes it turns out amazingly and other times it just turns out horribly. So hopefully tonight isn't one of those times. I think I'm also going to edit a little bit tonight because I haven't edited any of this vlog yet at all. Need to wash my hair obviously, and then I really want to get into bed and read because I've started a Kristen Hanna book, which she's new to me. I've never read any of her books before, but I've heard really good things about her books. I started the book last night, so I'm really keen to get into that. I must say the previous book I read, let me just get it for you quickly. I won't lie, I did buy this book specifically for the cover because I just think it's so beautiful. I kind of just wanted it on display all the time, but I really enjoyed this book and I wasn't expecting to, just because it's so different from what I usually read, but in the best way, like not in a bad way at all. It really pulls you right into the story and the setting. The descriptions of the place that they're in is incredible. It's definitely a bit sad in places, but it's still just such a sweet story and I feel like I really connected with the characters. Like, I don't know, it kind of feels like you're part of their little family. It wasn't fast-paced at all. Like, it actually took me quite a while to get through the book because it was so slow, but I think a big part of that was that I didn't want to finish it because I don't know if I'll ever find a book like this again. But yeah, I just found it was one of those books that like really sticks with you after you've read it. One of my best friends and I do like a book club. She lives in China, so obviously it's not like an in-person book club. So what we do is we'll usually order the same book and read it at the same time and then just like talk about it obviously. And it's funny because she didn't seem like that amazed by it. There are parts that like don't really make sense and then they only kind of make sense a little bit later. The beginning for me was the hardest to get into. Like, I was actually laughing at a point because one minute they're like getting into the characters and the next moment they're talking about dandelions and you're like, what is going on? And then you realize what's happening. But if you're looking for something different, I definitely recommend it. And also it looks really nice sitting on your bookshelf. Definitely one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen. I realized I didn't update you on the pizzas from the other night and they were top tier, amazing. I do kind of wish that I underdid my base just a little because it was a little too crispy for me. I know some people like that, but I prefer like a softer, more bready base. For next time, note to self, undercook it a little bit. Not undercook it, but just like cook it a little less. I'm like so over the cold and I know I keep saying that, but my hands are just constantly sore because it's so cold. The worst part is done. You feel like it's a universal experience that dealing with raw chicken is one of the most disgusting things ever. I'm gonna record how I make the sauce, and if it's good then I will post it, but if it's shit then I'll just leave this out. Okay, about ½ cup of soy sauce. That's gonna annoy me. About 1/4 cup of honey. gonna say like 2 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce, tablespoon of sugar, 2 super heaped spoons of tomato sauce, a dash of this rice vinegar, about a teaspoon of chili flakes, a little teaspoon of this ginger and garlic, a teaspoon of just normal garlic, a tablespoon of cornstarch. And then when the chicken is all brown, I'll just like pour it over and let it get all caramelized and sticky. I do have a feeling that I may have overdone the soy sauce, so it might be a little bit on the salty side rather than the sweet side, but it's okay. I think next time I'm gonna like reduce the amount of soy sauce and maybe increase the honey. Maybe if I decrease the amount of soy sauce, it won't need more sweet. Yeah, it's a little bit on the salty side, so I think I definitely overdid the soy sauce. I just can't remember what I did last time, but the last time I made it, it was like perfect. And it was such a long time ago that I actually just don't know what I did. I guess it's all just trial and error. I'll try again next time. I could add more honey, but I'm just being a little bit cautious with the sugar. I don't want to make it like overly sugary and everything, because I do still want it to be at least semi-healthy. Obviously still want it to taste good, but I don't want the sugar content to be too crazy. I feel like with the sugar, the honey, and the sweet chili sauce is probably already like pushing it, but yeah. So I don't really want to add any more sugar to that. How good does that look? You know what, I take it back. I just gave it a taste and it's amazing. Perfection. Happy Thursday, you guys. I am about to go and get my hair done finally. I feel like it's been the longest time. You can probably tell I haven't got my hair done for quite a long time. I think the last time I got it done was around November. Kind of just been putting it off because I didn't know if I want to grow out my natural hair color or if I wanted to go a bit lighter, but I think I am missing the lightness, especially like around my face. But still haven't really decided what I'm gonna do. I know that I'm gonna have to get quite a bit of length off because my ends are feeling crusty and they're getting a little bit hard to handle. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do, but I guess I'll just chat to her and see what she thinks. Yeah, I also don't want to go like completely bleach blonde. I think what I'm after is just like a little bit more dimension and a little bit more lightness. So yeah, that's the agenda for today. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I can't remember how long it took last time. I think around 3 hours. My appointment is at 8:30, so I am gonna get going. I don't want to be late. Alrighty, hair is done. I'm pretty happy with the color. Can't really see it much in the car, but like it's a very natural blonde, so I'm really happy with that. And she blended my roots a little bit. She's a lot shorter. We cut a little bit off and then realized that the ends were still completely dead. So yeah, I thought it would be best to just do the chop now instead of in summer, as dead ends never look nice. So yeah, there's the hair update. I also had a take a lot delivery arrive while I was getting my hair done, so I had to get it dropped off there. So I've got like all of these boxes to carry inside. Hi baby. Looks like you need a haircut too, you can hardly see. She's just looking a bit insane right now. You're looking so scruffy, puppy. It always takes a little bit of time for my hair to settle though after a hair appointment. Like it just feels like it doesn't fall right. I'm so hungry right now. Amazing. Just in case you're wondering what I got from Take A Lot, I just got some of this juice inositol, great for PCOS, and then also got these 2 protein powders, which I'm really excited to try. A couple of years ago I was using the PSN Lifestyle protein powder and they disappeared for a while, and I was really sad because it was a really affordable protein and it tasted good. It didn't have that weird artificial sweet flavor that kind of hangs around afterwards. And then I was looking on Take A Lot and I saw these bags and it said Rogue Legion instead of PSN, but like the bags are almost identical, and I mean it has the Lifestyle there, so like I don't know if maybe PSN Lifestyle rebranded and then ended up being Rogue Legion, but the fact that the flavors are all the same and the packaging is similar, it's just a different name and slightly different branding and everything, makes me think that this is the same protein powder. So I'm really excited to try and see if it is, because as I said, it's really affordable and I think it tastes good. I haven't had any weird side effects. It's just like a really nice protein powder in my opinion. And the cream soda one literally tastes like the cream soda Seri Stumpy. I actually still have a bag of the old protein powder. This was the berries one, which again tastes like a Seri Stumpy, but you can see like how similar is that, like the bags and everything. So even the like nutrition label, I don't know if I'm imagining it, but I guess I'll see when I test the protein and see if it tastes the same as the old one. Another new thing that I tried yesterday, I actually ordered this one off Amazon. It's these saltwater electrolytes. I was shocked by the lemon flavor. It tastes like real lemon. I was a bit skeptical when I first opened the lemon flavors sachet. It almost smelled like more limey than lemon, and I don't like lime. I prefer lemon flavors. But when I actually took a sip, you're kind of like hit with the lime at first, but then the aftertaste tastes exactly like real lemon. It's almost like I put a slice of lemon in the order. So yeah, I'm excited to try some of these other flavors. They've got wild orange, mixed berry, summer peach, lemonade, which were really good, and then the raspberry salt. So I'm not sure which flavor I feel like today, but I was thinking of trying the summer peach because that sounds pretty good. It's between the raspberry salt and the summer peach, but I think I'm gonna go with the peach. But yeah, I just wanted to test out some of the flavors before I commit to like a full tub of something. Like I just want to figure out which is my favorite. They do sell variety packs, but it looks like the tubs, like they come in a tub like this. It looks like there's just more servings in the tub for less, so it works out a little bit cheaper. But yeah, as I said, I didn't want to commit to like a tub and then hate the flavor, so I thought I'd just get the variety pack and try it out first. And I must say I'm pretty impressed. Granted, this is the second sort of brand of electrolytes that I've tried other than Rehydrate, which no thank you. But this, yep, last thing. I also got one of these like LED masks, but look how massive that is. I mean, it's like almost bigger than my head. How big? Is it meant to be that big, or do I just have like the smallest face in the world? I don't know. I actually think I'm gonna try one of these now because I'm kind of thirsty, so might as well get my electrolytes in. There's the info if you're interested. Let's see if it's as good as the lemon one. It smells very peachy, and what's nice is it dissolves really easily. Like you don't have to shake it too much, or like you don't get the little granules at the bottom or anything. I have a friend who would love this flavor. She loves anything peach, and she would love this. I think I found my new favorite electrolytes. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to settle on a flavor because they are all too good. I mean, I have only now tried 2, but this is just, it's so refreshing, and it tastes like peach, like you'd expect peach to taste. How am I going to choose a flavor now? I'm going to have to go with the variety packs every single time. I'm not sure who Wazoogles is, if that's the brand, but oh my gosh, it is so good. And the weird thing is I haven't heard many people talk about the saltwater one. I mean, this brand is pretty good too. This was apparently a lychee flavor, but it tastes more like the green fizzes, the cream soda green. I think it's cream soda fizzer. But yeah, if you were wondering what this tastes like, exactly like a fizzer. But I've heard of people talk about other electrolyte brands like the Shoot ones and one of the others in South Africa. I can't remember the names now. It's gonna make drinking water so easily. This sounds like an ad. I promise. My channel's way too small for this to be sponsored, so you know that I'm not talking a bunch of nonsense. It really is good.
Don't look so sad. Do you want to go walk outside? Go see what's happening in the wild?
She's even brought her ball. Shame.
Let's go see. Let's go play with the ball.
I don't know why she brings it to me. I'll like throw the ball and she'll run away from it. I think she just likes to hold the ball. Hey! You've really dug yourself quite the hole. If anyone else has Yorkies, do they do the same thing? Or is mine just... She's a little savage. Hey puppy? Now you got a stick. DB board behind me anymore, so I'm gonna set myself a light there. Anyway, I just put that picture back up. It was actually there before, but it kept falling off the wall, so I ended up gluing the little thingies at the back on with a different glue, so hopefully it holds a little bit longer than previously. The last time I put it up, it just like fell off the wall a couple of days later. So I have been looking for a different like piece of art to put up there. I kind of want something with a little bit more color. Like I don't want any more gray. I feel like everything's very gray and I'm over it. And we still need to paint all of these walls. We've currently got roof paint on them, which someone said that we should do, and honestly it was the worst thing we could have done because it's all like peeling off and it's looking horrible. So at some stage we're gonna have to redo all of these walls. I don't think I'd go with the stark white again. I think I'd go with something maybe a little more off-white, still neutral, because obviously it's like a nice canvas. You can just add color in and everything through your decor, your art and all of that. So that needs to happen at some stage. I don't know when we're going to get to that though, because we've got so much that we still need to do to the house. I mean, we have the spare bathroom, which I haven't even showed you guys because it's such a mess. We started renovating it and then like had to put a hold on it because it just ended up being like a much bigger job than we thought it was going to be, with like switching the toilet around and everything. So that whole project is on hold at the moment. I think we're probably going to pick it up in a couple of months. It's so difficult when you start like house projects. It's almost like a domino effect. Once you start on one room, then it kind of affects the next space and you like just have to keep on renovating. So we have taken a bit of a break, but coming back to what I was saying, I've been looking for an artwork for this little section of wall over there where the DB board is, but I just haven't found something that I really like, and I kind of want to bring a bit of hominess and coziness into our space. So yeah, I'm on the lookout for something that I feel fits that space. It's also a bit of an awkward size, so yeah, just put that back up for now. But I just got back from the shops. I must say it wasn't a very successful shop. I went to like the secondhand shop and they didn't really have anything that caught my eye, so that was unsuccessful. And then I went to the nursery and got a couple of plants. So I got this, I don't know if it's a peace lily or what you call this, but it's just so beautiful and it has like the little white lilies. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them coming up there, but yeah, so I actually had one of these in my office before and then we went away, it died. So I'm gonna try and look after this one a little bit better. And then also got a big lavender plant. I'm not going to try and pick it up now, it's sitting over there in the corner. But yeah, I really want some lavender plants near the pool area because that's where we sit a lot in the summer and the flies kind of go crazy, and I don't want to put up fly traps because they just don't smell very good. I've heard that planting lavender in the area where you get a lot of flies helps a bit, so that's why I decided to get one of those. They did say that we should keep it inside until we decide to plant it, so I'm just going to leave it inside for now and look after it until we decide what we want to do with it and where we want to put it, but definitely in the pool area somewhere. It was nice walking around the nursery though. It's very peaceful, and I must say there's a guy there that like sort of tells you about all the plants and everything, and he was actually very interesting. Like, it's actually crazy how much he knows about plants, and I know that's obvious because he works there, it's his job, but it's just insane. Like, I don't know, I just found it all very interesting. And some plants I didn't even know were frost hardy. There's actually a lot of frost hardy plants, more flowers and things like that, but I was looking more for some sort of palms or something to put up against that wall to give that like typical pool area vibe. So yeah, I do have a couple of ideas. I would like to take Matt there to see what he thinks and to see if he like agrees with the ones that I'd like to put there. He actually said that August is the best time to start planting the things before spring so that they can root before spring comes. So that's another thing I didn't know, because I would have waited until like it was warmer to plant it. So, but I am not a plant person at all, so I'm still learning. Like, I do not have green fingers or green thumb or whatever you call it. I have that fiddle leaf fig over there, which you probably see in a lot of the videos, but the story with that one is actually quite funny. I was ready to like say goodbye to it because my sister and I were just sitting on the couch one day and it kind of just like it like literally was leaning so much it just like snapped off. So I had to cut it off where it snapped off, and I didn't think it was going to grow back again. But I asked ChatGPT, like, is there any way we can revive this? Because it's actually quite a special plant to me. I mean, it's the first plant that I bought when I moved here, so it's like got a little bit of a sentimental value to me. And ChatGPT actually said that you can put little like cuts in the stem where the nodes are, and then you just water the plant as usual, and it should start to grow little leaves. So I made the little cuts, and I didn't really expect much from it because, you know, as I said, I don't have a green thumb or anything. We ended up going away on holiday, and it was like peak summer. Came back and the tree had like these little leaves on it, so I've been looking after it and like nursing it since then, and I kind of found like a spot where it's really happy. The spot doesn't make sense, like it's not the most aesthetic area for it to sit, but that's where it's most happy, so that's where I keep it. And I'm trying to grow it as big as I possibly can, but it's like my baby. Like I really look after that plant. So yeah, I'm really impressed by how big it's gotten. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So obviously there's the lavender plant that I got, and then there's the fiddle leaf fig tree, which it's gotten massive. Like if I stand next to it, it's almost as tall as me. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna be making a pasta tonight. So I just got some mushrooms, some pasta, and then another box of milk. Another cozy Friday night in which I'm not complaining about. We had to wake up super early this morning to go and get our monthly grocery shop done. So we usually shop at Checkers, but it's like a 45-minute drive away from us, so we only really do it once a month, and then we just do like a massive shop. And then if we run out of anything during the month, we just go to the shops in our town. And then for meat and stuff, we just get it from the local butchery. So we woke up at 6, left at 7, got to Checkers at 8, and then got everything done before it got too busy. So that's the way to do it. If you're going to do like a massive shop where you're pushing around this heavy trolley, then obviously it's nice to just get it done early before it gets busy and crowded. But just got home and made myself a nice cup of coffee, and I thought I'd show you guys what I got. So starting with the fresh stuff, I just got some cucumbers. I got 2 because I want to make sushi tomorrow. Avos, these Huss ones are always really nice. I love these Fuji apples, nachos, medium carrots, potatoes, onions, sweet potatoes, some tomatoes, some cherries. I always buy this big thing of blueberries, and this usually actually lasts me the month, so it's quite expensive, but it's worth the price because it lasts such a long time. And then got some green beans, baby marrows. I've started to really like rocket, which I used to hate rocket before, but actually starting to like it, so got a nice packet of that. And then some peppers, a bunch of canned stuff, crushed garlic, basil pesto. I've been craving basil pesto pasta. So got some pasta, some yogurts. I usually get a plain one and then a strawberry one for Matt. And got some cottage cheese. These are always really nice to braai, so got some of those. A bunch of tomato paste. Got these bacon packs for 100 Rand for 3, so I didn't think that was too bad. And then just some sauces. Also wanted to try this rice spice because I usually use the Robertson's one, but I couldn't find it, so I'm going to be trying this one this month. Some Oros for Matt, mustard, cheese, chicken nuggets, of course, an essential, frozen spinach, frozen broccoli. These are the best chips. They work so well in the air fryer. We love the crinkle cut ones. And then just some sugar, rice. As I said, I usually get all of our meat from the local butchery, but this chicken was pretty good deal, and obviously I've been wanting to do a whole chicken, and then also just got some of this beef chuck to do some pulled beef in the slow cooker. And then for Matt's work lunches, I just got a bunch of these like little snacks. So I got the Kit Kat minis, love these, and then the lunch bar minis. I also snack on those during the week. And then some peanuts and mini cheddars, and then just got this desiccated coconut because there was a recipe he wanted me to make and it needs this coconut, so got some of that. And got some eggs and a bunch of kitchen stuff, just some extras. Also got this little oven light, which I'm hoping fits my salt lamp. The ones I saw online were like 150 Rand up for a little bulb like this, and at Checkers they were 27 Rand. So I'm really hoping that this does work, because if it does, then I'm going to obviously stock up. But all of this came to about 3,500 Rand, which I don't think is too bad. I think that's actually pretty good for everything we got. But yeah, living in such a small town, it just makes it a bit easier to travel and then shop at Checkers, because a lot of the time the shops here don't have everything that we need. Well, we actually stopped doing it for a couple of months. I track my expenses and everything. And when we were shopping exclusively in our town, I don't know if it's because it's a small town and they like up the prices a little bit, I have no idea, but the groceries actually ended up being 2,000 to 3,000 rand more, which we were shocked by. So at the beginning of this year, we decided to just go and drive. It's a little bit of a mission because obviously you have to drive 45 minutes there and drive 45 minutes back, but a lot of the times we sort of arrange to do everything that we need to do there. A lot of the time we have our fertility appointments there too, and today we had to take our car in for a service, so it just makes sense to like sort of bunch a whole lot of things together and then we just get them all done in one day. But yeah, now I need to pack all of these groceries away. But yeah, it's not like we got anything too exciting, but kind of just get the essentials and a couple of snacks and things. But I think out of everything that I got today, this is what I'm most excited to test out and see if it works, because I've missed our salt lamp. It always adds so much warmth to the room. So now it's just the meat that we need to get for the month, but Matt and I actually just want to like lock in nutrition wise and like sort of lock down our diet a bit more, because we haven't been eating nearly enough protein. I mean, the days that I have tracked, it's pretty obvious we are so far off from our protein goal. So we actually worked out exactly how many grams of protein I would need to eat in a month and how many grams of protein he would need in a month, and then we like worked out the combined amount and then asked ChatGPT to sort of like break down how much chicken, mince, steak and biltong we would need in a month. So we got that done, and then we've sent it to the butchery, so we're just waiting to hear back on a quote to see how much that would cost. But I think it's going to work out well, because then we can actually meal prep properly and we know that we're getting enough protein, because there's no point in like killing ourselves in the gym and then not getting enough protein. And then obviously with that, getting enough fiber is also really important. That's why I've really tried to stock up on like fresh fruit and veg and like high fiber foods this month. A very, very healthy grocery shop, I think, apart from the couple of snacks, but that's, you know, all part of the balance. Half of the time we just like, obviously if we're not getting enough protein, then we just like reach for the carbs, and one, that's not good for my blood sugar and my PCOS because it just triggers it so badly. But then obviously I get these horrible breakouts and my cycle's terrible, and it's just, yeah, not worth it. So protein is always like really, really important. Fiber is important. So that's going to be our focus this month, like really just trying to dial in on our nutrition and get it to where it needs to be. We're just waiting on the butchery obviously to hear how much it's going to cost and if it's like going to be crazy or if it's going to be doable. It's probably going to be a little bit pricey, but I guess we'll see. Maybe we'll be surprised, who knows. I don't know if they do like discounted rates if you're ordering in bulk or not. I know a lot of places do, so we just kind of like see and then like compare the different quotes and everything. I need to pack these groceries away now. I think that's the worst part. I don't know what I hate more, walking around the shop with a massive trolley or packing it away. I think the massive trolley is always the worst. There was actually this one day I had the worst trolley in the freaking world. The wheels just like, you know, when they sort of turn sideways and then the trolley won't go anywhere. And Matt wasn't with me that day. It often helps when the trolley gets a little bit heavy, like he pushes and then I just put the stuff in the trolley, but like it just would not move, and I had already packed it too full to like change the trolley, so I was like trying to move around the shop and I was losing it. Like I was already having a pretty bad day that day, and then that trolley situation just like, no, it just set me off completely. If I could see that like camera footage from that day of me struggling with that freaking thing, trying to push this heavy thing around, I don't know, I probably look like a little bit of a crazy lady, but yeah, I'll never forget that. So now every time I go to the shop, I like always test the trolley because I never want to deal with that again. It was so frustrating. But yeah, I'm just procrastinating now, packing all of this stuff away, so let's get it done. I didn't do the best job of packing everything away neatly, but I do want to do like a grocery cupboard clean out and then also clean out my fridge at some stage. Just not today. Obviously that's going to take a couple of hours, and I think that we are going to go for braai with friends this afternoon. I'll probably do the fridge clean out another time, maybe even tomorrow or Monday, because I don't want to leave it too long. I just hate the clutter, like a cluttered fridge drives me crazy. So yeah, I'd like to get it done soon, but just not today. Also, if you want your blueberries to last a long time, because I usually buy these massive tubs of blueberries, I let them sit in a bowl of water with baking soda in them. So I let them sit like that for a couple of hours. And then what I do is I put them in one of these massive console jars and put a paper towel on top of them, close the lid obviously, and then I store it upside down like this in the fridge, and it lasts so long. But you have to put the paper towel on at the top and then turn it upside down and then put it in the fridge like that. So I just fill this up with water, and then I'm gonna put in about a tablespoon of baking soda. Just chuck blueberries in, and then I'll literally just let it sit for like an hour or two like that. And once they've soaked in this bowl for a couple of hours, then I'll rinse them and put them on like a tea towel, and then just let them dry out before I put them in the jar. It works really well. It keeps them really nice and fresh. Now to see if this tiny little light bulb is gonna fit in my salt lamp. Alright, moment of truth. Yay! Okay, cool. If you've got a salt lamp, literally go to Checkers. They are 27 rand. Don't buy the ones online for like 150 bucks. Not worth it. Anyway, Matt got one of these like jalapeno wraps from KFC last night. I didn't really feel like one. He said it was super spicy though, like unbearably hot, and he was complaining about it this morning. So let's see. Here I am talking about like wanting to be super healthy and everything, but as I said, balance. And that is quite spicy. I don't know if it's the sauce or the actual jalapenos, but it's pretty spicy. Does anyone else prefer like leftover takeaways cold? Like, I don't like warming them up. I don't know why. I don't know, I just prefer it cold. Might be a niche thing, I don't know, but I just think it tastes better cold. You don't want any of this. This is too spicy. She's literally like, give me some. It's too spicy for you, puppy. Your little tummy won't handle it. You want a sweetie? Not this. I'll get you your own sweetie. She knows exactly where to go. No. Bad dog. Bad dog. Good dog. Okay, go. Anyway, we're about to leave for the Bryce, so I think I'm going to close off the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll have a great week, and see you next time.